here, and welcome back to Sprocket. Now, I've taken a couple of days off from YouTube because the game Valheim updated with its major update of Hearth and Home. The wife and I play it, and we have been playing that. We got new characters, we started New World, and I've just been enjoying it. And it's been nice. And then finally, after a couple of days, I've had the bug to play Sprocket again. It's been a while. Now there will probably be a video of Valheim coming up soon. So just, stay tuned for that. Now I still have a couple of vehicles I want to do. Somebody actually mentioned the Bob Simple tank, and I may take my hand at it. Let's just see if I can actually make it. I mean, the thing the thing was a useless joke, but it is pretty awesome at the same time. It's very unique shape. I doubt very much I can get anywhere near what the thing actually looked like, but I'll give it a go. But today, this thing here is supposed to be, what if the United States put in a serious heavy tank during World War II? We did have the M6. Now, the M6 was not put into combat. We built about 100 of them, used them for home guard and parades because they're very impressive looking. Never put them overseas. A lot of that had to do with we didn't have a doctrine for them, and their ergonomics is really weird. It was armed with a 76 millimeter gun and a 37 millimeter gun, and it was never clear cut exactly like how the weapons were supposed to be handled. But I still think for the time period that tank was built, it had a lot of armor and a lot of guns and could have been effective, and maybe even would have proven to put something like that, the M6, into combat, and then your experiences between that and seeing, other nations' heavy tanks, this would be the result. So the first thing I did really was, let's take a Tiger and Americanize it. But it more of, all right, the U.S. took a look at a Tiger and says, all right, we like this, let's change this is more effective, that kind of stuff. And that's how this thing came to be. Now, I didn't give it a name. It just says, American Heavy 1944. I gave it more of a Sherman suspension. We have a front sprocket and rear engine. We have our two crew members up front. We got a hull gunner, which actually that can move up a little bit. There we go. Let's go ahead and save that. Yes. The front plate is actually like that of a Sherman. It's 46 degrees, and I realize when I put that plate in, because originally it was stepped, so this was more sloped, and then this part was less sloped. I realized it looked, once I put in this plate, it looked like a miniature version of my American mouse. However, the American mouse doesn't have this turret anymore. I did a turret like this and then decided to change it. And so this looks like a version of it, just tiny. But it was a similar line of thinking. Now, the American mouse, actually, the engine deck back here slopes forward a bit, so it's angled. This, however, is not. Originally, I was actually going to slope it back like a Panther, and I decided against it. Let's cover the engine first. So it's funny. I went with a heavy engine, and you see, average. I went with a heavy engine, 8-cylinder, 2 liters displacement per cylinder. It's only 333 horsepower. I thought it was more. I thought it was like 600 horsepower. Because this thing actually handles decently. I mean, it's not, this crazy fast tank flying across the battlefield like my last vehicle, the M21. But this thing moves pretty well for a heavy tank. But I only have a 3... basically the same transmission as the M21. I find this to be a very effective transmission, and I like the fact that when you find a good low-gear transmission like this, it goes as fast backwards as it does forward, which is really nice. So, so we've got that. Firepower. We have a 90 millimeter gun with a full-size shell, 187 millimeter penetration, which is about the same as the M87 round that's in War Thunder for most American 90 mils, which is the armor piercing like filler round. It's like an APHE round, and so this thing actually pens really, really well. It's got a long reload, about 8 seconds, but it's got a lot of room in the turret, so reloads quickly for its size, honestly. Uh, we've got 5 crew members. We've got, the 3 in the turret, and our driver, and then we have a passenger that's supposed to be the hull gunner. And all in all, it's supposed to be just a heavy tank. It's meant to engage other tanks, not really infantry support, though with a 90mm gun, carry a nice HE round. And overall, I'm happy with how it turned out in the end. It took a little while to get here, but the effectiveness in this scenario, this is Tapaya. What is the name of this? I can't remember. Scenarios. Taiga? Is that Taiga? Is that how you say it? All right. Let's go ahead and reload my American Heavy 1944. There we go. So we only get 2 of them, but let's give it a go. Most of the time, when I drive this thing, my team wins most of the time. But the armor is a little mixed. We didn't cover the armor, did we? Well, we have a 100mm plate on the front that's angled, and a 150mm plate on the front of the turret, 100mm plates on the sides, like the cheeks. There we go. Ooh. Dude, get out of my butt. Get out of my butt. Please get out of my butt. Well, this is gonna suck. There you go. Come on. Come on, turn. 75mm on the sides. The lower sides are 50mm, and the rear is 26mm. Oh, well, that's not good. Oh! Where did he hit me? Really? Well, that's not good. Let's give that one more go. Hopefully the AI will not jam his tank up my asshole this time. I think he's over there. And maybe, just maybe, we can actually kill that Tiger too. Now, I would like to see in the future when... Oh, there he is. He's over there. When we can make our own scenarios, to be able to, like, choose... There we go, I got him. To be able to, like, choose what time period, you're building in. Like, I'm sure that'll be part of it, but also in like, the showroom. Good job, AI. Because I designed this in the showroom and then decided, hey, this would be perfect for this scenario. But it wasn't, this was designed mid-war. And I would have rather been able to design it. Oh, come on. Oh, really? That didn't punch through. Don't you shoot me. Don't you shoot me. There we go. He got too far ahead. I keep pressing the C and the C button instead of the middle mouse button. There we go. It's over here. Yes! Ooh, okay, that was a little nerve-wracking. Okay, just making sure. Now, this thing does not have good depression. I think it's because of this mantlet. It doesn't want to move well in the mantlet. Is that him right there in the tree? Ow. Oh, there he is. Yes! Victory. More on the way. So, overall, the armor, as far as a heavy tank goes, I think is fine. So let's go ahead and just take a quick look at that before the end of the video. So as I was saying, we got 150 mil here. We have 100 mil on the sides, on the cheeks. We have a 45mm turret ring, which it's very, very thin to get through there, but, it can go through. 100mm plate. We have 100mm strip here, and then down here is 70mm, excuse me. Sides, we have 75, 75, 50, and then it is 26 millimeter across the back, and I think it's 26 mil on the top. Oh, 30 mil here. I should make that 26. But the armor is definitely heavy, but I feel it's just on the edge of being heavy, between like medium to heavy tank. Kind of like a Panther. Panther's a medium tank, or excuse me, a Panther is a heavy tank in the guise of being a medium tank. So this is a similar vein, however, it is actually a medium tank. This would be like if you took a American Jumbo and took it to its natural conclusion. So, yeah, if you guys liked it, please let me know in the comments below. If you have any ideas, let me know in the comments down below. And if you enjoyed the video, hit the like button, and I'll see you guys next time.